welcome to Consciously Healthy. I'm Claire.
I'm Laura.
And we're going to talk to you about good sleep.
Oh, I had such a good sleep. I love such a good
I
sleep.
love such a good sleep. And there are reasons we're going to talk to you about this. First is, I changed mattress recently. And I was quite excited about this change in mattress. My husband's been moaning about our mattress for a while. I liked it, but anyway, we've had like this memory foam mattress for about 10 years. And so he was like, I'm waking up with back pain. And I'm like, well, I've got a hip issue. I'm always going to have back pain. I don't really care. But it's comfy and cozy and warm. And he was like, yes, and it's too hot. So we've gone to change mattress and we spent ages in this showroom trying out all the mattresses. I just think it's weird because I'm in clothes. I'm not in my pyjamas with a duvet trying to read a book or something. This is not real life simulation, people. And we chose this mattress and I was actually quite excited. I was also really terrified because bed is so important to me. I have chronic fatigue. Bed is so important. And the new mattress turned up the other day. So with great trepidation went to bed and it was like sleeping on the floor. I was like, oh my God, this is a disaster. So I got no sleep. I was having a proper little panic going, I can't live with this. I've just spent a fortune on this mattress and I can't live with it. But then the next day I was like, okay, I can deal with this, Claire, be rational. And I went and bought myself a little mattress topper. And actually I now have the most perfect scenario. I have a little bit of comfy, but then this sort of solid base, my back feels better and I'm sleeping so much better. So I was also having neck aches. I've changed my pillow. I have no neck ache anymore. I'm not actually having the aches and pains when I wake up anymore. It's like the best thing ever. And it's reminded me, because I was actually waking at 5 in the morning every morning. Now, I put that down to the fact that I have adrenals that just go a little bit crazy. But actually, I think maybe I was overheating or my body was too, uncomfortable. So, you're a big believer in good sleep, aren't you?
Oh God, I love a good sleep. There's
You get about 20 hours a night, don't you?
Oh, and I love it. I'm really interested in the research that's coming through at the moment because if you look at the paleo community, they say that good quality sleep can absolutely change.
You'll be able to lose weight, autoimmune, adrenal function.
All of that kind of stuff. But I saw a study the other day that said that there is an optimum level of sleep, that if you sleep too much, then you're more likely to have things like backache and digestive problems.
How did you cope with that bit of information? Because you do love it.
I ignored it, actually. I just carried on going the way I'm going. But yeah, sleep has never been a problem for me. In fact, I think that I could...
Rip Van Winkle. I can't say that. Rip Van Winkle, you. Or the Dormouse from... The Dormouse from Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, I can sleep anywhere. And so, anyway. But if you do suffer with sleep issues, it can be absolutely awful. Any kind of insomnia symptoms, or if you're waking at a particular time of the night. One thing that is fascinating to look at is to look at the Chinese 5-element theory of different times of the day. So the Chinese believe that different meridians that represent different organs come into strength or weakness. I don't know if weakness is the right word, but imbalance.
Active or inactive, most active.
Over-energized or under-energized, that's the word I'm looking for, at different times of the day. So for example, our bowel is most energized at between 5 and 7 in the morning. And this is when we should be getting, apparently, according to the Chinese, we should be getting up and having a really good bowel movement at between 5 and 7 in the morning. And so if you are waking at the same time every day, it is worth looking at the Chinese 5-element because, for example, I think liver is between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. So if you're constantly waking at sort of 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, then there might be something going on with your liver that needs addressing.
Yeah. And it's really interesting when we start looking at this. And there are other reasons that we can be waking at night time. Sometimes it's blood sugars dropping. So if you've eaten your dinner around about 7:30 and you're waking sort of constantly around 3 or 4, definitely be looking down the Chinese 5-element theory route. And I'm also thinking blood sugars. So we often recommend that people have a bedtime snack of a small, tiny little portion of carbs and fat. So that might be something like half an apple cooked in a little bit of coconut oil or butter, or a little bit of banana, sort of half a banana and some almond butter or something. And what happens is it's actually going to keep our blood sugars nice and stable as we sleep. If you have protein late at night, it can wake you up because it gives you energy. And it also stimulates tryptophan, which is, you know, the lovely, starts to make you sleepy, and
precursor
serotonin. So it's a feel good, basically, comforting feel good, so you can sleep easier. And we also, when we're asleep, we do so much metabolizing. It's so important for our body to get a lot of sleep. So a lot of people who can't lose weight actually just get some really good sleep. Weight starts changing.
Looking at herbs, if you want to sort of treat yourself with a herbal remedy, a little treaty. Valerian's lovely. It's a bit like Valium, so you can look at that if you
it's what Valium's made of, isn't it? Valerian.
I think so.
Yeah.
Or derived from.
Derived, not made from. Derived.
And magnesium.
Magnesium.
Especially if you have that thing where you're starting to fall asleep and you do that, you kind of jolt yourself awake. Then that can be a slight magnesium issue. So.
Yes, definitely. So magnesium's lovely.
Magnesium before bed.
And sometimes I can get a little bit tired but wired. I can, with my hormonal imbalance, usually kind of pre-bleed, I can literally just be so exhausted, but then lying there kind of twitching and brain spinning. And so that would definitely be a time to have a bedtime snack to try and get all that calmed down. 5-HTP is a lovely supplement, but go carefully if you've got digestive issues.
And not if you're on antidepressants.
I'd
probably check with a practitioner if you're thinking about 5-HTP, just to make sure that it's okay.
Can be magical, however, if it's right for you.
Yes.
GABA is lovely.
GABA.
Which is a neurotransmitter. It's the Zen neurotransmitter. So that can be great for people as well. Really, really lovely. So there are lots of things that you can do to improve your sleep. Definitely other things, not blue screening late at night. So that means not using your, computer, iPads, phones, Kindles before you go to bed, because that blue actually tells the pineal gland that it's morning, so it stops you going to sleep. It's terrible. So actually getting yourself in a cozy environment, quite a dark environment, before you go to sleep. Candles are way better because it actually signals to the brain. It's something, it's the 360 light, and it tells the brain it's not direct source. It's very different action on the brain, so it can actually make you feel quite soporific and tired.
Can I share a kinesiology technique? That if you wake and your mind is on overdrive, I mean, this is not a kinesiology technique, but I'll go on to that. I would definitely have a notepad and pen by your bed and scribble down the thoughts that are in your head, so then you can just have a blank screen when you go to bed with your brain. But the kinesiology technique, because my brain can get quite switchy, and this absolutely switches my brain off when I need it to. It also switches it on when I need it to. So place your hand on your belly button and you rub underneath the collarbone, 2 points underneath the collarbone, either side. So you give that a really, really good rub. And then either side, that's a good look, isn't it?
Of your lips. So
either
I'm
side
going
of
to
the
translate for those listening. Laura has one finger above her top lip and one finger below her bottom lip. And she's rubbing backwards and forwards, left to right.
And the last point is rubbing your coccyx bone all the time, holding onto your belly button. And this is stimulating certain acupuncture points that will help your brain switch off. It works a treat for me.
And also warm baths with things like lavender essential oils in them.
Or Epsom salts. There's your
Epsom
magnesium
salts.
back again.
Lovely. Maybe even Epsom salts with lavender. Lovely. Warm bath, not hot bath. Hot bath is stimulating the adrenals. Warm bath is just kind of calming everything down. That's kind of, Oh, and no caffeine before bed. And actually, alcohol, not great before bed either. So, that's how to get a good night's sleep.
There was lots of tips in there. Enjoy. I hope that you have a lovely night's sleep.
As Laura heads off for her 20 hours. See you next time.
Night night.